What's up, y'all? Yeah. Now, I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm gonna talk about Michigan in this game. I'm not gonna talk about the whole game. Talk about just how poor we've been. 2 weeks ago, we lost to Michigan State. That was a frustrating loss because it's a rival game, and it just made me sick. We lost to Michigan State in the rain, and people try to make some type of excuses on about the weather was bad. That's why Michigan lost. No, we lost the game because our quarterback throwing 3 interceptions. Our offensive line cannot block, and the fact that we got out coached in that game, it was just amazing. But that's not the real problem in this situation. The real problem is last night. Everything that happened last night is everything that happens in the past 3 years under Harbaugh. We cannot win big games. That's just how I see it. We can't win big games under him. Like, I'm not calling for his head right now. I'm not saying he should be fired or nothing like that right now. I'm not calling for his head yet. But he getting in the dangerous territory right now for me. Like, I wish Michigan fans would stop praising Jim Harbaugh right now. He can't win the big game. Look, Michigan last night, I seen the team that looked defeated. They looked defeated. They got defeated and they looked defeated. Like they showed no heart at all. This team on the offensive side of the ball, John O'Corn is terrible. And I mean terrible. Then you got the offensive line that didn't help him at all. The offensive line, probably one of the worst offensive lines in all college football, if you ask me. The offensive line, I know they're young, but they are terrible. They don't block for O'Corn. He got sacked 8 times last night. And he fumbled, I think, 2 or 3 times. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, then your receivers can't catch the ball. None of them can catch the ball. They not helping John O'Corn case either. And then I feel like Michigan, what they need to do next year, I think they got the kid named McCaffrey. I think Christian McCaffrey's brother or something like that. But we need a quarterback. We need to recruit some quarterbacks. We need to recruit quarterbacks and we need to recruit an offensive line because how those two come together, it's not gonna work. You're not gonna win with a very poor offensive line and a very poor quarterback. You're not gonna win that way. You're just not. Just like how they say you need a quarterback in the NFL to win, you basically need a quarterback in college to win as well. Well, that's not always the case in college. I mean, there's teams that made it without a quarterback. To be honest with you, like Alabama, Alabama don't always have a quarterback. Most of the time, they do not have a quarterback at college. But Michigan, in their case, they need a quarterback. They need a quarterback that can manage the game. They need a quarterback that can make the right decisions on passing the ball. I just felt uncomfortable watching that game, man. It was disgusting. I watched some of it and then I listened to some of it on the radio. I was disgusted. We got blown out 42-13. It was just a nightmare. It was a massacre. And everything that, like I said, everything that came out of the game was what happened under 3 years under Harbaugh. We can't win big games with this guy. He's not, to me, he's not the guy. He's not the guy for Michigan in the long term future, if you ask me, because he can never win the big games. He can never win the big games. We was overrated. I thought this team was gonna be a 9-3 team or a 10-2 team. No, you can scratch that out the books. We're not going 9-3 or 10-2. That's not gonna happen. This team is not good enough to go 10-2 or 9-3. This team look more like a 7-5 team or an 8-4 team to me. They don't look good, man. The defense is overrated. As I was trying to tell people all year long, the defense is kind of overrated. Yeah, they look good against inferior schools like Air Force and Purdue and Cincinnati. What schools are those? Those schools are, I mean, nobody really take those schools seriously when it comes to college football. I mean, for real, like let's be real. And then I knew we had problems last week. I knew we wasn't gonna win this game. We struggled to beat Indiana. We struggled to beat Indiana. We barely beat them in overtime. We struggled to beat Florida. Their offense is terrible. I mean, I don't know, man. Jim Harbaugh, he been under ever since he been a college football coach. Going back to the Stafford days, he could never win the big game. Never. Never win the championship, nothing. He been here 3 years, getting he probably the second highest paid head coach in college football behind Nick Saban. He's the highest paid, but yet have very little results. He can't. Let's go to year one. He couldn't beat Ohio State. Okay, his first year he went 9-3. He went 9-3. He went 10-3 the end of the season, but he went 9-3. He lost to Ohio State. He lost to Utah, and he lost to Michigan State. And he lost. See, two of the Utah back then was a good team, and that was like his first game. So I'm not gonna go off on him, but he didn't beat Michigan State. He didn't. He, yeah, I felt like we lost on a fluky touchdown or whatnot on a fluky play, but I just felt like he not getting the job done. He should have won that game. Period. Then Ohio State, you let Ezekiel Elliott and JT Barrett just completely destroy this defense. They killed his defense his first year. I remember the game. Go back and watch it. Ezekiel Elliott, before he got drafted to the Cowboys, he killed Michigan. Killed Michigan. Him and JT Barrett. They had over, I think Ezekiel Elliott had over 200 yards on us. And then JT Barrett, he had over 100 yards himself. Just wasn't a good performance. Second year, last year. Okay. We couldn't beat, yeah, we beat Michigan State, but Michigan State was just dysfunctional last year. Then you had, what else going on? Let me see. Who else we lost to last year? I know we lost to Ohio State, and we lost in the bowl game. We lost in the bowl. We got 10-2. Oh, we lost to Iowa. That's who we lost to. And we lost to Florida State in the bowl game. We lost to Ohio State, and we lost to Iowa. Iowa, Ohio State, Florida State. That's what we lost to. We couldn't beat. I don't know, for some odd reason we didn't beat Florida State. I don't know why. We lost by 1 point. We lost to Iowa. They pulled up an upset against us. They beat us. It was very frustrating. The defense of Iowa, they came up to play. Michigan offense didn't look good. Wilton Speight looked terrible in the game. And these are big games that Harbaugh cannot win. He couldn't win into Columbus and beat Ohio State because Wilton Speight, his quarterback. Wilton Speight threw 2 pick sixes that didn't help them to win the game. 2 pick sixes. You spotted the Ohio State 14 points. You spotted them 14 points. Take 14 points off the board, Michigan wins the game. But Michigan can't win the big game under Harbaugh. Then they lose. What another game they lost? Like I said, Iowa and then Florida State. Dalvin Cook killed us. He killed Michigan, okay? He killed us in the receiving game and in the running game. He killed us. He killed us, but really nobody else showed up. But we lost by 1 point. Like I said, we cannot win these games that really matter. This year, we lost to Michigan State. Like I said, we lost to Michigan State. We going to lose. We lost to Penn State, something terrible. I said we was going to get whooped by Penn State because this team just looked defeated. We going to lose to Ohio State. I'm just be real with you. We going to lose to Ohio State, and we might even lose to Wisconsin. Hell, even Minnesota. I won't even go to sleep on them either. So you could say it's 5 losses potentially in the season. Harbaugh, he don't win big games. He just don't do it. He didn't do it in the NFL. Yeah, he won the NFC Championship game in the NFL, but lost the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. He can't win the big one. He cannot win the big one. It's I don't know. That's my only problem with Harbaugh. He can't win a big game. But I hope Michigan fans learn a lesson. Don't get your expectations so high. I'm not going to next season. I'm not going to get my expectations so high for Jim Harbaugh and his team because they underperform for me. They don't cut it for me. They don't get the job done. They just disappoint me. And Michigan fans, I know you got to be frustrated. All you Michigan fans in this city and in the state of Michigan, I know you got to be frustrated. This is irritating. I'm tired of losing these big games. But to me, Harbaugh's not the guy, man. He ain't nothing. He looked like to me Rich Rodriguez with higher recruits. That's all he is. Rich Rodriguez, he didn't have the recruits, but he was a good coach. Jim Harbaugh, he's a decent coach, but with great recruits, but don't do nothing. You got 4 and 5 star recruits and not winning big games. That's unacceptable. That's a no. But yeah, man, I really didn't come on here to blast and rant, go hard, but it's kind of a rant, but it's not one of them typical rants that you expect from me. I ain't going hard, I ain't cussing them out, none of that. I'm just speaking facts on this. But give me your comments in the comment section below. And yeah, man, that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna be up out of here. Peace out.